Okay.
Ma'am, I couldn't find the angular momentum and parity of helium 6 in the given table.
Okay. Anyone else who has a comment? Who has the same problem? श्रजील तुम्हारी आवाज नहीं आ रही.
the topic.
हाँ बोलो.
No, ma'am, actually, I find, ma'am, we can find it in the topic. I mean, allowed decays in the book.
अच्छा,
We
I
don't need
think
to consult the table for it.
नहीं.
I
I
mean,
would
I
like you.
couldn't find
I
it
would
in
like
table, so
you
I
to.
checked the related
I would
topic and
like
I
to.
found it from there.
Hello, Shajid. I would like you to consult the table. I think it should not be helium 6.
Yes,
It
ma'am.
should be helium 4. ठीक है ना?
Okay, ma'am.
So work with helium 4.
Ma'am, for helium 4, its angular momentum is
अच्छा बोलना नहीं
0
है.
and parity is what?
Let's wait for everyone to do it. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Let me check. Done, ma'am.
So let's write it like this: helium 4 to lithium 6. Okay.
Done, ma'am.
Okay.
Done with a lot of confusion.
Okay. Have you changed it to 4?
Yes, ma'am,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
it only increased the confusions that I was having.
Okay, right. Okay. Durdana, Tehrin, Eman, Ramin,
यस मैम.
आपका हो गया?
मैम हुआ है लेकिन ये 4 के साथ नहीं हुआ.
4 के साथ नहीं हो रहा, आपका 6 के साथ हो रहा था.
यस मैम.
Seriously? Okay. And what about you, Durdana?
Ma'am,
Okay. So किसने सबसे पहले बोला था? Shajil ने. Shajil,
Yes, ma'am.
let's start with Shajil. Yes.
Ma'am, it might be a double beta decay because
It
it's
might
changing
be.
from helium 4
आराम
to
से.
lithium 6.
No, Shajil, I didn't follow
Ma'am,
you.
double beta decay. Double
अच्छा.
beta decay, ma'am. Beta negative. Yes, ma'am.
Beta negative है ये.
Yes, ma'am. और double होगा, ma'am, क्योंकि 4 to 6 में जा रहा है.
अच्छा.
Helium 4 to lithium 6.
अच्छा.
और ma'am GT decay होगा ये.
Okay, so you think it's beta negative, it's double beta, and it's GT. Let's talk to Asad. Yes, Asad.
then let's suppose if it were helium 6 and it would have had the parity and angular momentum of helium 4, then it would be a gamma-Teller decay,
Okay.
a beta negative decay. But the problem is that there is no way a helium 4 nuclei can intrinsically turn into a lithium 6 nuclei without capturing some outside body.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because its total atomic mass has now increased a lot.
Uh-huh.
It cannot create mass out of nothing.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you think it would be helium 6?
Yes, and
मैम ये
and
मैथ्स
if
क्यों
it would
इंक्रीज हो
have
रहा है?
been,
Huh?
yeah,
Yeah, Asad.
Ramin, this was my concern that mass could not be increased.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
यस मैम, अभी तक एग्जांपल्स पढ़ी उसमें सिर्फ एटॉमिक नंबर चेंज होता है.
Hmm. Yes, okay. So, but if we follow the simple rules जो हम कर रहे थे, उनके मुताबिक, if we apply those rules and selection rules, then what do you think the values will be?
It would be a beta negative decay, and
Okay.
delta I would be equal to 1, and its parity will remain unchanged. Hence, it would be an allowed gamoteller decay.
Just a moment. Okay, so helium-6 is possible, but it's not again given in the book. ठीक है ना? So helium-6 angular momentum value is not in the book, and so that's the problem we are having. So I think you can again search this right later. ठीक है? Asad?
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So
Oh,
if we use helium-4, okay, then you have the value in the book and it still answers the question, but then it creates a confusion of why this is increasing. And if we
okay,
use
ma'am.
helium-6, then we cannot find the value in the table, है ना? यही मसला है ना? Because the
Yes,
table is
ma'am.
Yes,
not
ma'am.
very comprehensive, है ना? The table is quite basic. अच्छा, लेकिन helium
Yes,
6
ma'am.
isotope तो possible है ना?
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ, चलो Asad, you can complete what you've done so far and then we can go forward. चलो, you can complete what you were saying.
Yes, ma'am. So I was saying that if the properties of helium-6 were the same as helium-4, then it would have been a beta negative decay, and it would have had a change in angular momentum to be equal to 1, and the
Why?
parity will
What do
remain
we have it
unchanged.
on the left hand side and what do we have on the right hand side?
On the left-hand side, we have a neutron that is converting into a proton, an electron, and an antineutrino.
Okay, ठीक है. चलो दुर्दाना, अब आप बताओ इसका एंगुलर मोमेंटम क्या चेंज हो रहा है, किस तरह चेंज हो रहा है? या रामीन आप बताओ. जीटी की कंडीशन सेटिस्फाई करने के लिए. Yes. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
कौन
Can you tell,
बोलेगा?
ma'am?
I was giving a chance to Ramin or Durdana to help us complete
Yes,
it.
ma'am.
हाँ बताओ. बताओ.
मैम इसकी पैरिटी तो अनचेंज रहेगी ना?
तो क्या है पैरिटी? लेफ्ट साइड पे क्या है, राइट साइड पे क्या है? What's the parity on the left hand side and what's the parity on the right hand side? Durdana, are you there? Actually हाँ दुर्दाना नजर तो आ रही है.
मैम दुर्दाना ने मैसेज किया, उसकी आवाज नहीं आ रही.
ठीक है, फाइन. अच्छा चलो, आप दोनों में से कोई बता दे, शजील या असद.
मैम लेफ्ट
Ma'am,
पे
it would
शायद
be a
पॉजिटिव
Okay.
gamoteller
है,
decay.
0.
हाँ बोलो रामीन.
मैम लेफ्ट पे आई थिंक पॉजिटिव 0 है.
0 है. ऊपर क्या है?
ऊपर
ऊपर मीन्स इसकी वो जो पैरिटी होती है.
मैम पॉजिटिव.
ठीक है, और राइट साइड पे?
मैम 1.
आप गेस कर रही हो, देख के बता रही हो?
नहीं मैम, वो एक्चुअली मेरे पास मोबाइल में है तो वो थोड़ा मुझे मुश्किल हो रहा है उसको देखने में.
चलो
स्क्रीनशॉट है.
ठीक है, दूसरा कोई बता दे. कौन बता रहा था?
Ma'am, it's 1
Ma'am,
positive
1 positive.
for lithium-6.
ठीक है, तो इसका फिर डिफरेंस क्या होगा? वो आई माइनस आई एफ इज इक्वल टू 1. तो ये कंडीशन किसकी सेटिस्फाई हुई? ये मॉर्टेलर की. दिस इज एन
Gamoteller.
अलाउड डिके. अलाउड होगी ना? अलाउड के
Yes, ma'am.
अंदर इट्स जीटी डिके. ठीक हो गया. अगेन ये 4 वाली बात जो है, लेट्स कंसीडर 6. वो 4 से ज्यादा कॉम्प्लिकेशन हो रही है, लेकिन 6 की वैल्यू वो टेबल से मैच नहीं कर रही, तो वी कैन चेक दैट इन सम अदर टेबल. ठीक हो गया. सही है?
Yes, ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay.
Okay,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay. So let's go further. Okay. So the next one we would like to talk about is B13 to C13. ठीक है? Okay. Now again I give you 2 minutes and then we discuss this. ठीक है? I would like to invite all students to participate.
Okay.
I would like to ask any student who has not participated so far to make an attempt. Okay? अब तो आपने काफी समझ लिया होगा कैसे कर रहे हैं हम लोग. ठीक है? So
Yes,
yes.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, करो शाबाश.
Done, ma'am.
अच्छा. Let's wait.
Done, ma'am.
Good.
Done, ma'am.
Very good. I think it would be useful if you printed out the table next time. ठीक है?
Ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Ma'am, I've already got it printed out.
Yeah, it's useful to have it printed out. You know, in normal face-to-face classes, I
Ma'am, I
normally
also have the book, but right now I'm using the
yeah,
mobile.
yeah. In normal classes, I normally ask the students to print it out because it's difficult to see it on the phone or like that. You know,
Ma'am, but I
especially
also have the book, but
yes.
right now I don't want to go to other room to get the book
अच्छा तुम्हारे पास book है?
because it's so hard to leave the blanket. Yes,
Oh
ma'am, but
my
it's so
God.
hard to leave the blanket.
No, I cannot sit in a blanket anymore.
Yeah, ma'am,
Right.
in winters the gravitational force of this blanket is more than
Right.
10.
Okay.
So
So Asad is done. Ramin is done, and Shajir is done. What about you, Durdana? Durdana का connection problem हो रहा है.
we can't actually. Yes, ma'am, उसका message आया.
हाँ. And Tehreem and Ayman is not even in the meeting. Ayman is not in the meeting anymore. Anyway, okay. So let's start with Ramin. Ji Ramin, explain.
Ma'am, this is beta negative decay.
नहीं सबसे पहले हम बात करते हैं. हाँ ठीक है. Very good. Beta negative decay. ठीक है.
And it's allowed decay.
It is an allowed decay.
And it's gamoteller decay.
It is a GT decay. अब क्यों? Explain.
क्योंकि parity change हुई है बोरॉन की -3/2 है
3/2 और parity minus है. ठीक है. Okay.
एंड कार्बन की -1/2 है.
-1/2 नहीं कहना. वो माइनस पहले नहीं आता. ठीक है.
यस मैम.
ओके. तो अगर हम इसका वही करते हैं डिफरेंस निकालते हैं -3/2 -1/2 तो वी गेट कितना 1 and therefore ये जब 1 होता है डेल्टा आई एंड पैरिटी इज नॉट चेंजिंग तो इट इज सेटिस्फाइज द कंडीशन फॉर अ जीटी decay. ठीक हो गया?
यस मैम gamoteller.
ठीक है. वेरी गुड. असद डू यू वांट टू ऐड एनीथिंग?
Well, I can say that in this particular reaction, a proton converted into a neutron, an electron, and an antineutrino.
Okay, a proton converted into a neutron and an electron and an antineutrino. Good. Okay. Anything anyone would like to add, Shiji?
Ma'am, is
Huh?
ma'am, Asad said the opposite.
Opposite
I
बोल
mean,
गया
a
असद.
neutron is converting into a proton.
असद
Boron
check
has
करके दोबारा
atomic
ठीक करो.
number 5 and carbon has 6. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am. I was saying neutron is converted into a proton. My
Sorry.
bad.
Okay. Right. बताओ दोबारा. दोबारा बोलो.
A neutron is converted into a proton, an electron, and an antineutrino.
ठीक है. सब चेक करो इसको. ठीक हो गया?
Yes, ma'am. Now it's
Okay. Anything
Yes,
anyone
ma'am.
has to add?
all right.
It's fine. Okay. So let's go to the next one. Okay. So let's look at okay, चलो इसमें बताओ. Take your time and then tell.
Okay. Ma'am, there is a little problem that we are
Yes, there
facing here.
is. Yes, it's the same problem we had in the last one.
Yes, ma'am, this thorium
Done,
must be in
ma'am.
its
Yes,
excited state,
ma'am.
and we only have the ground states of thorium.
Yeah, right. The same problem. So let's leave this as a homework, right? ठीक है?
Okay, ma'am.
Find a table for these and these values, and then so that we can then use it. Okay? Check where you can get
Okay,
this.
ma'am.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
So let's go to
Okay.
the next one. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
But the values of those are given in the topic, so I
Yeah,
found it
it
from
is.
there.
It
It's a
is.
beta positive decay and a
हाँ,
gamma tailor decay.
बिल्कुल ठीक है. That's fine. But also it would be useful if you could verify that from a table as well. I know they're already given in the text. Yes. So you can also use that to
Yes,
understand it.
ma'am.
But since we were also doing this from the table, so that's why. ठीक है? So let's do an easier one where we can find the values, right?
Okay, ma'am. It's triple one.
Yes. Okay.
Done, ma'am.
Good.
Done, ma'am.
Good. Anyone else? Yes, Ramin.
Ma'am,
Digital.
Durdana is saying she has
Yes,
internet
ma'am.
Yes, I know. I can
issues.
see Durdana has problems. Yes, Ramin का हो गया and Tehreem. समझ आ रही है? Tehreem, Tehreem. Hello, Tehreem.
Tareem has texted.
क्या?
She has written in this particular Zoom room that yes, ma'am, I am understanding everything.
Okay, Tehreem, can you switch on your mic? We can walk you through this.
Ma'am, she is saying that I am having problems
Ma'am,
with
she
my
is saying she
internet.
has internet issue.
Acha, I wanted to help her solve this actually. Okay, anyway, okay. So, okay, so because it's fine, it's great that everyone is doing, but I want to take everyone along. Okay, so if someone needs help, I can walk them through how we are doing this. Okay? Okay, so who would like to start? आप तीनों
Yeah,
में आप तीनों इसका थोड़ा थोड़ा
Shajil.
पार्ट मुझे बताओ ना. Who would start? चलो रामीन आप स्टार्ट करो.
I can go.
Okay, let Ramin start. Okay, Ramin,
Yes, ma'am.
बताओ.
That's beta positive decay.
Beta positive decay. Okay,
That's allowed decay, gamoteller.
allowed decay, and it is a G2 decay. अब next
Because
step.
parity is changing.
Parity is changing हो रही है. अच्छा, you
Parity
stop
is
here.
no, parity is same, ma'am.
हाँ, शजील. Parity is same. चलो शजील बताओ कैसे.
Ma'am, parity is positive
हम्म
on both sides,
हम्म.
and the angular momentum of the tin is 7/2, while that of, I guess that's iodine, is 9/2.
It's indium. Iodine is only capital I.
Indium. Okay, ma'am. I was confusing it with iodine. Yes, ma'am. It's tin and indium.
Hmm.
Ma'am, we are not chemists. We are physicists, so we
But
don't
that's fine.
remember
It's
all the
okay.
names.
No problem. No problem. There's nothing to be like. No one knows all the names of books,
Yes,
so you can always look them up. Okay. Acha.
yes, ma'am.
What do we have on the right hand side?
Yes, ma'am.
9/2.
9/2, ma'am. Angular
अच्छा रामीन आपने
9
क्यों कहा था पैरिटी चेंज हो रही है?
वो मैम मुझे
That was a
देखा नहीं
mistake.
था मैंने
आप
शायद
फोन पे
से.
काम कर रही हो ना, तो that's the problem.
यस मैम मैं प्रिंट लूंगी इसका.
हाँ, प्रिंट लेके रखो इसका. Okay, and even I would recommend कि अगर आप वो, you know, there's a student edition of the book available very easily everywhere in the market. आप वो भी ले सकते हो पूरी बुक. ठीक है?
ओके मैम.
For your own आपको आसानी.
Yes, ma'am, it's just 500 rupees. I bought it.
Yeah. So that's one
ma'am, I
option.
also
The
have the
second option is कि आप उसका print out ले लो. ठीक है? And the third option क्या होगा? Hello, it's good to मतलब you should not be reading on the phone. That's very damaging for your eyesight. ठीक है? Apart from the fact कि वो बात समझ में नहीं आ रही होगी. ठीक हो गया. Yes, Asad, what would you like to add?
Well, I would say that a proton is converted into a neutron, an electron, and a neutrino.
अब ये सही कह रहे हैं?
yes, ma'am.
Okay, ठीक है. और
Ma'am, it's gamma tailor decay. That's all.
Well, yeah, everything else has been said already.
That's fine. थोड़ा सा इसको explain करने के लिए हम ये भी दिखा सकते हैं कि the difference, right, is equal to जो हम बात कर रहे थे
1.
is equal to 1. ठीक हो गया. So हमारे सारे rules जो हैं they're satisfied and therefore we can easily identify. So the only problem we have is with the excited nuclei because we don't have the values for them.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I will try to find it, and if I find
Yes,
it, I will
ma'am.
send it in the group.
ठीक है, very good. Okay, great. So now we can erase this. Okay. So in some cases, we have a possibility also of a mixed decay, right? Where, for example, okay. So where, for example, we can have a decay in which the Fermi and the GT decays, both selection rules are satisfied, and then we can have a mixed transition, F plus GT transition. So that's also a possibility if the rules for both are being satisfied. And these can be determined from the, if one needs to study this in depth, of course, one can go into the detailed calculations and determine them. So we are talking about the possibility of a mixed F plus GT transition or decay, in which we have the selection rules.
Hello.
Yes, Durdana.
Okay, just was checking कि mic चल रहा है कि नहीं.
हाँ ठीक
Thank
है.
you.
ओके. क्या किया आपने इस दफा? वही वाला वाईफाई है. When the selection rules of both are satisfied.
3G अभी बैलेंस करा के वो चला रही हूँ.
अच्छा. तो हॉस्टल वालों को बताना.
Yes मैम. बताते हैं उनको अब आते हैं तो.
Okay. And again, we also talked about the fact that wave functions can be used for further calculations. We're not really going into that. But anyway, it is convenient to define the ratio y of the Fermi and GT amplitudes. To see which contribution corresponds to how much in terms of matrix elements. Because when we deal with wave functions and so on, we also use matrix representations. So therefore, in that case, I'm just giving you a general equation. We are not going into the detail of this, but you can have something like this. So this is equation 9.34. Okay, so in this case, MF and MGT are the actual Fermi and GT nuclear matrix elements. And GF and GGT are constants. Okay. Now we have a few minutes left, but we have to start a new discussion. So I think it's better that we start it next time, right?
Yes, ma'am.
ठीक है.
Yes,
So you can now practice this on your own. ठीक है.
मैम आज हमें असाइनमेंट मिलनी थी वैसे.
आज
Topic
assignment
today
का
is
दिन था.
14th. Yes, ma'am.
Yes
14?
मैम.
अच्छा
Yes,
चलो
ma'am.
ठीक है. I will send you a notification when I upload it. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Take care.
okay, ma'am.
Bye.
Allah Hafiz, ma'am.
Bye.
अल्लाह हाफिज मैम.
Allah Hafiz.
And it was amazing doing those discoveries.
I'm glad to hear that you were really, yeah, it was
And
fun.
such simple things sometimes excite us.
Yes, of course it is.
It
That's the
motivates us to.
beauty of science, you see.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's the reason we
Yes,
are
ma'am.
studying science, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so take care, enjoy having fun with these small equations and values, right? Okay,
Okay, ma'am.
bye bye.
Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.
Okay, ma'am. Bye bye.
Bye bye.